Volunteer, very good. Okay, volunteer, I'll put dash church. Okay, anything else? Very brilliant, man. Work. Study. How you gift of self in study? Tell me. I don't know. I won't.
By gaining more knowledge, maybe you can improve yourself.
Okay. Very good. Very good. Good point, Chris. Anything else? Okay. Good. I had all this in my notes except for study. Okay. Now, this is, you all know this book, right? Yeah? Edwin, this is UCAT. Okay, this is a young version of the CCC, Catechism of the Catholic Church. It's pretty cool because it has questions about our faith. Okay, now, question number 139 says, what is lay vocation? I didn't even know this question existed. But anyway, a lay person, this is very important now, guys. A lay person is not a second-class Christian, for he shares in the priestly ministry of Christ. He sees to it that people in his walk of life, in school, family and work, come to know the gospel and learn to love Christ. Lay vocation. Okay? So guys, know that you all are not second-class Christians. Okay? You all are in the front line, in fact. Now, I truly believe, this is my personal belief, I truly believe Come Alive is one such place where you can practice this gift of self to God. I believe. Okay? We can learn, we can grow in this attitude of giving of self. The more we practice, it will help us in our future vocation, for those of us who are single. And even those who are married, it will help us learn this gift of self. It is not an easy gift. You might think it is easy to love, and that's why I said the question, not for 1 year marriage. Because then it's all holding hands in the sunset and all these things. We still hold, by the way, me and my wife. Yeah, but what I'm trying to say is, Come Alive, and I'm not talking only Come Alive as in, I'm not trying to blow Come Alive's horn, but I'm saying Come Alive is one such place in the parish where you can learn this gift of self. How? If you're in a ministry, okay, you have to commit to that ministry. Meaning, if I am going for gospel music ministry, for example, I know it is happening on Friday from right now still 8 o'clock, right? 8 o'clock to 9:30. Okay, so I know whatever happens, I need to rearrange my life to give that time 8 o'clock to 9:30 on Friday. Okay, that itself is a commitment you're doing. You're giving of your time to God. Okay. Another example, I knew of an anchor at Come Alive who did not feel like coming one meeting. Did not feel, today I'm just feeling tired. I had a tough week, whatever. I didn't feel. But I came because this was my responsibility. I've taken this on for a certain period, so I'm going to come. That is a gift of self. You practice this gift of self, it will help you in your future vocation. Okay? Now, do we know what year this is? Very good, yeah. Now, why are we fortunate to be in this year of faith as a youth? Why are we fortunate to be in this year of faith as a youth? Because the last time it happened, it was 50 years ago. And even I wasn't born. So what happened after that? What happened after? I remember Gustav mentioned this in one of his sessions. What happened after the year of faith? Huh? Second Vatican Council. It sounds superb, no? Second Vatican Council. I have no clue what happened at the Second Vatican. Sounds great. I have no clue. But thanks to Pope Benedict, who was there, this is what he said in his inaugural Mass for the Year of Faith. He said, the Council did not formulate anything new in matters of faith. Okay? Nor did it wish to replace what was ancient. Rather, it concerned itself with seeing that the same faith might continue to be lived in the present day. that it may remain a living faith in a world of change. So this whole council, I don't know how many people came. I've heard some huge numbers, not only the bishops and the big guys in the church. Huge numbers came for this. Not to do anything but just to say that the same faith might continue to be lived in the present day. That's all. That's all they discussed. Okay? Now, today, Pope Benedict has called this year of faith not in honor as an anniversary. Chal, yeah, let's have a party 50 years back. No, it's not. It's because there is more need of it today. There is a crisis today in our church, in the world. The world, I'll tell you, in my own family, there is a crisis of knowing what it is to be Catholic. In my own family, people are marrying outside our faith. My own family. I've got a cousin in the UK who, I don't understand this, but they call themselves partners and they've got children, and it's okay. It's like a legal thing. Yeah. This is happening in our world today. Okay? So, you and I are called. That's why this prayer. If you go for church, go for mass. After mass, they say this prayer for the year of faith. One of the things I liked it is you work on your relationship with Jesus, your personal relationship with Jesus. That's one part of the prayer. It spoke to me. So what we need to do, you and I, we need to communicate this to people in these circles. This also could be a gift of self, because you're putting yourself on the spot now. You're putting yourself, you could be ridiculed. You go, hey, this guy is on saint. You'll get this. But we need to do it. Why do we need to do it? If today it's bad, just imagine when our kids grow up. If today it's bad, in the US, abortion is legal now. It's okay. It's part of the health plan, so to speak. So what's happening here? So if we don't stand up and do something about it, we as youth, it's going to affect the next generation, our kids. Okay? Now, I remember personally, I attended a retreat some years back when I was single, and the priest who was giving it was a family friend of ours. So I said, I'll go and tell him what's happening in my life, So I sat with him and I structured my whole life history so far, and he said, Allan, that's enough. I don't want to hear it anymore. You do not have place for God in your life. I remember that so clearly. It was like it happened yesterday. You do not have place for God in your life. So I thought I was living it up. I arrived before I arrived. But that check helped me just come back and say, I need to search for God again. I need to search for God again. Okay? I think Harriet touched on this. Pope Francis recently said in one of his homilies, he asked us to place God first in our lives above all things, to empty ourselves of the many small and great idols which we have in which we take refuge. And he goes in to explain what these idols are. And I thought it was quite neat. They are idols that we sometimes keep well hidden. They can be ambition, a taste for success, placing ourselves at the center, the tendency to dominate others, the claim to be the sole masters of our lives, some sins to which we are bound, and many others. And he asks us this question. I don't know whether we have time. I'm going to ask this question to you. This is Pope Francis asking us the question, not me. Have I considered which idols lies hidden in my life that prevents me from worshipping the Lord? And he defines what worshipping means. He says, worshipping is stripping ourselves of our idols, even the most hidden ones, and choosing the Lord as the center, as the highway of our lives. Okay? So he's asking us this question. Have I considered which idols lies hidden in my life that prevent me from worshipping the Lord? Do you want to write this down for you to take away? I've got some paper and pen. If you do, I'll pass it on. But think about this, huh? Okay, I'll repeat what he said. They are idols that we sometimes keep well hidden. They can be ambition, taste for success, placing ourselves at the center, the tendency to dominate others, the claim to be sole masters of our lives, some sins to which we are bound, and many others. Have I considered which idols lies hidden in my life that prevents me from worshipping the Lord? The question is, have I considered which idol lies hidden in my life that prevents me from worshipping the Lord? Again, this question is not for sharing, it's for personal reflection. Okay. I'll continue just to finish what I have, but think about this, guys, when you go home. Think about this, yeah? Now, some of you who are single here might be thinking, and if you're not, I shouldn't say this, but I will. I get what you're saying, okay? That in us, I should not feel alone because I'm doing this work, or I should be committed to come for Saturday meeting, okay? So, what happens after Saturday meeting? Come Alive is only happening once a week. So, the 6 days of the week,